young princess went to take a walk in the pineapple forest. She sat down by the pond and began to play with her favorite toy, a Cord TM40 digital tuner, which retails for about $30 and makes a great gift for the string play in your life. She loved tossing it up into the air and catching it as it fell, which we feel the need to mention you should never do. As she played, she threw the tuner higher and higher. Then she threw it so high that she missed catching it as it fell, and it bounced into the pond. The pond was so deep that the princess could not see her tuner. Desperate to retrieve it, she cried out,
"I would give up all my internet privileges if I can only get my tuner back."
At that moment, a tiny frog poked his head out of the water and said,
"Do not be sad, princess. I do not need your internet privileges. But if you play your violin for me and let me sleep in your violin case, I will bring you your tuner."
Seriously? This frog may be able to get my tuner for me, but he won't be able to get past our ADT home security system. Therefore, I will agree to his terms.
So she said to the frog,
"If you bring me my tuner, I will do all that you ask."
The frog happily dove underwater. A few minutes later, he appeared with the tuner in his mouth. He spat it out onto the edge of the pond. As soon as the princess saw her tuner, she grabbed it and ran from the frog. The frog called out to her,
"Princess, stop! Take me with you."
but she was already gone. The next day, just as the princess sat down to use her beloved tuner, she heard a strange noise, as if something was coming up the marble staircase. Soon afterwards, there was a gentle knock at the door. And a little voice cried out and said,
"Open the door, my princess dear. You must hold up your end of the bargain."
The princess ran to the door and opened it. And there she saw was the frog, whom she had quite forgotten. Seeing the frog frightened her, so she shut the door as fast as she could and ran to Miss Gibbon for help. Miss Gibbon, supreme and ultimate queen of the universe, asked her what was the matter.
"There is a gross, slimy frog at the door that rescued my tuner this morning. I told him that he could come and live with me here, but I actually didn't think he could find me. Now he's at the door and he wants to come in."
While she was speaking, the frog knocked at the door again and said,
"Oh, princess!"
Miss Gibbon shook her head and said,
"This is below the line behavior, young lady. You gave him your word, now you have to stand up and own it. Also, maybe stop throwing your tuner into pots."
Begrudgingly, the princess let the frog in. He hopped happily into the room and settled himself by her violin. The frog said,
"Please lift me up on the chair. Let me sit next to you. Sure, to stand down just a bit so I can see the music as well.
When she had finished practicing and there was nothing left for him to listen to, he said,
Now I am tired. Please carry me upstairs and let me sleep in your violin case.
and the princess, though very unwillingly, took him up in her hand, tucked him into the violin case. As soon as it was light, the frog jumped up and hopped downstairs and left the castle. The princess thought at last that slimy frog is gone, but that night she heard the tapping at the door again. And the frog said, "I'm back!" When the princess opened the door, the frog came in, listened to her practice, looked upon her music, and slept in her case. Again. When the princess awoke the following morning, she was astonished to see the slimy princess transformed into a handsome prince. Princess, ecstatic to be his old self, exclaimed,
You have broken the spell! Will you come with me to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert this weekend?
The young princess said yes to this, of course. It was always her dream to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in concert. She and the prince came home well before curfew, and everyone made good above-the-line choices forever and ever. The end.